So I just want to appreciate some nice design. I don't know why this stopped switching. This switch here, I've checked, and it works. What it does is switch 120 volt AC between this leg and this leg when it closes when you compress it, and it's part of it's a safe on switch for this lawnmower, which is a Greenworks. I don't know what the model is, but it's 120 volt, 13 amp. I forget what the deck size is. I'll look it up later if I post this. But basically, when it's the way it's supposed to work is that this, when it's in its normal assembled position, has to get pushed in order to clamp on the actual switching surface, and then get drawn this way by this cable, which is on this arm up here. And then if that cable releases, which it's also on its own spring, or no, it's not on a spring, it's on the spring here, then the switch opens and the motor turns off, which is kind of neat. But that's not the thing I think is nicest about this. What's nicest, I think, is that this is just plastic. It doesn't have any fucking tabs or anything, but what it does have is it's just the right size, and this is going to be really hard to do one-handed, I think, but it's just the right size that it press fits into the holes in this metal handle. And it actually press fits so well as I shed all the pieces that it just stays there. And the other side actually does that too, which is this side, which just has the button that actually presses from the outside, which also has its own little spring. But that's actually really cool, and it was fairly easy to take apart. It's gonna be pretty easy to put back together. Another thing I think is kind of interesting is that there are no nuts in this design. The screws just are big enough to thread the plastic pieces together. So, you know, these press fit in pretty well, and then they get secured by the screws. And maybe that's why about 10 years later, I've had to take this apart because the switch wasn't quite getting switched right and it wasn't turning on anymore. But it's actually really cool. Just a little bit more praise for this. It's really neat that you can have this mechanism basically together. The only thing that's not on is the other cover, and it's all staying in place. This is nice. This is not the way that you're supposed to work on it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to take it all the way off. But I've got it just mounted on the mower in the regular mowing angle, and it's pretty easy to put back on. It's nice.